Welcome back to another episode of Live Free Read. It is a windy day up here in northern Arizona. We are currently in a red flag warning. Stage 2 fire ban started on Thursday. It is dry, it is hot, and it is windy. Rains are coming, like I've said in my previous videos. Right around July 5th, July 6th, we'll start seeing monsoons. So we have about however much time that is between now and then to finish getting prepared for that rain. Pond project we've been working on, I'll show you a quick update on that. And for today, I plan on getting the tractor over here, and I have a few things I want to switch up and change up around the RV. Some dirt I want to move, maybe a couple areas I want to berm up. So I am also ready for that rain, because I have not been in this current spot for that long. It's only been a few months. I don't know what will happen down here when it starts to flood out. I don't want things to get super messy on me if I can avoid it. So I kind of want to just do a little bit and see if I can control a little bit of that water flow away from my RV. If you're new here, if you're clicking on this video for the first time, if you've not seen any of my videos in the past, real quick, my name is Reed. I live off-grid in an RV with my dog, like I said, in northern Arizona. I moved out here about 5 years ago, went on this entire journey of living on different homesteads, learning everything I could possibly learn about this way of life. Now I have the RV. I got this little piece of land on my friend's 70-acre ranch, and I can do what I want with it, and also, you know, help him and do a bunch of stuff for him on his ranch, and just continue to gain more experience. The future for me, I hope, involves getting my own land. I'd like to get 20 acres or something if I can, and develop that into a little off-grid sanctuary. Get myself on a well, get the solar set up, start building up some gardens and all that. But in the meantime, I got to do that here, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let y'all come along for the ride. So thank you for clicking on my video. I hope you like what you see. If you do, please subscribe, leave a like, comment, turn on the notification bell. That way you get updates. A friend of mine told me he didn't even know I had posted my last 4 videos. For some reason, they weren't showing up on his feed, and he subscribes. So you gotta just hit that notification bell. That way you know every time I upload a video. I try to do at least 1 a week. If I can do 2, I will. Let's get after it. Got a little solar panel going right now. Plenty of sunshine. It is just windy as heck. What up, baby dog? So this is what I kind of want to move today. This pile is great for blocking the wind because it comes from this direction, but I want to remove some of this dirt, bring this pile down, and I also want to bring up a little bit of the grade in here because it slopes into the pile. If I get the tractor over here, I can move this pile of shrubbery, limbs and trees, get that out of here. As you can see, I have some compost piles. That blue bucket is full of compost. I have some manure composting over there. Have a couple plants in those buckets over there, but that's the area I generally want to have a garden set up for next year. I won't have it set up this year. We'll think about that later on. But for right now, my main focus, move this, get a bunch of dirt out of here, and I think I want to maybe berm a little bit right here. This slopes down. I kind of like this little area as a little sitting nook. I can move my fire pit further in if I move this pile back. I don't know, what do you think? I'm also thinking if I bring up the grade over here and bring this pile down, I could almost level it off and have maybe a couple steps going down. So I could pull in, park up here, walk down a couple steps into a lower area to access the RV. And then I won't have to park over here, and then I could utilize this area as garden space. Because this gets full sun all day. Right where my truck is in full sun all day long. And this wind barrier type deal would help with the garden as well a little bit. There's really nothing you can do about the wind out here. You can grow in a greenhouse, but then you have to deal with the heat. When it's 95 degrees outside, it's gonna be 140 inside your greenhouse. You need water walls and fans running all day long. If you're off grid, that becomes a big issue. You need to have enough battery power to run those all day. If you're on the grid, great, you can do that. But you really have to maintain the internal temperature of a greenhouse out here, and that is difficult. So if you're growing outside of a greenhouse, you get the benefits of being at 6,500 feet elevation in Arizona with really good, strong sun all day. However, you have to deal with this wind, and this wind is crazy. One of my plants is already dead because I transplanted it and the wind was too much for it. I don't know how the audio is going to be on this video. I'm using a GoPro, and I got myself one of those little foam wind protectors for the GoPro. It's like a sleeve and it sits entirely around the whole GoPro. So hopefully it's helping out right now. It's enough of me talking. Let's go. So we have the main pond dug out. As you can see, that is completely excavated to where we want it to be. Still have some dirt in there to get out. JR is, I mean, I don't know if y'all can tell or remember what this looked like before, but the grade here was originally about yay high. JR has built all of this up with the dirt from the excavation. That pad over there for the Connex, all of that built up. So it's just crazy work he's doing with this skid steer. It's unbelievable. He's got a road built up back here. I dug out a little sediment pond yesterday. I told you it's windy. So this is our sediment pond. Between these trees up here, that is the wash. It comes down here. We dug out this sediment pond to obviously collect as much debris as we can. The water will come into here. We'll do a concrete slab here. The water will roll up over this road into this wash. That's the next thing I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna open up this wash here, berm up these two banks, and then water will come through, fill up, flow over, go down, fill up. We have this water line here that is exposed. This line runs to the barn, which is up there, and that's connected to the well pump. So we'll dig that down, we'll tie in on that, and bury a line out here into the center of the pond. Look how deep we are down here. But that allows us to keep this pond on the well. So if we weren't getting the rainfall we need to fill the pond, we can fill it manually, and we'll make some sort of water feature, fountain type deal. So when we do have to fill the pond and we flip the pump on, something cool will happen. That's the mini dump I want to bring over to the RV. So what I'm gonna do is get these rocks out of this dump trailer, leave them here, and then take the tractor and the dump trailer back over to the RV. Tomorrow, I'll spend some time in the excavator again and try to finish up this little pond project over here. But today, it's gonna be RV work. never actually pulled this dump with the tractor. I wasn't sure if it was gonna work, but it is working just fine. If it didn't work, I would pull it with the skid steer, but she's pulling it. It is windy as heck out here. The sand in your eyes is a pain in the butt. I've said before, there's two things I can't stand, and that is wind and flies. The good thing about the wind is you don't get the flies, but you still have the wind. Gotta clean up the rest of this pile here, but I want to show you stuff like this bark here, pine bark. If you were to compost, this is some good material to use. As you can see, it's already got some mycelium developed in there. Some of this white stuff on here would be mycelium. So this stuff, compost this pine bark into a nice little mulch, you can add it to your soil. It's full of nutrients. Alright, so we got that pile mostly moved. There's a little bit left over there that I'll just take care of when I have the bucket on the tractor. I just started digging at this pile here, but look at it. Obviously I could set up and move closer to the trailer, but I can't really dump. It's a little too short. So I don't know if I want to dig this with this little backhoe. I think I just want to go get the excavator. It'd be so much easier. I could be in one spot and just dig what I need to dig and put everything in the dump trailer and be done with it. With this thing, I gotta move every like 4 feet. And I don't know how I'm gonna get dirt from over here with the boom without moving the tractor every time. And I'm not moving the trailer every time because then I have to take the forks off to put the hitch on. I think I just gotta go get the excavator. I'm so lucky to even be able to have access to this stuff, having my spot out here on JR's ranch. Lets me use the tractor, mini X, skid steer. Makes my life so much easier. I always try to make sure I do things for him first before I'm gonna use his stuff. You know, like that pond I dug yesterday, I could have done that today and my stuff yesterday, but it's easier in my mind if I do his stuff first and then I'll do my stuff after, because he's letting me use his equipment. I apologize if you're triggered by my outfit. And I don't mean I'm apologizing for my outfit. I'm apologizing because I really don't give a shit. I wear whatever I want. And I'm wearing these boots right now because I knew I had to do some work with those limbs. And I'm not looking to take a rattlesnake off the foot. See why I got the excavator. Definitely a lot easier. I had to go close my windows. I was getting so much dirt in the RV. berm was originally out to here. So we got a lot more room in here, tucked it in. It's not as high as it was. Got this pile out of here, that's great. I'll leave the rest of this, well, I won't leave it here, but I'm gonna pick through it and continue collecting what I can for bark and any of these sticks. That'll all be firewood and stuff. This fire ban will be lifted in a couple weeks and we'll be able to have fires again. Check this out. Look at that mycelium. Look at all that. That's going in the compost pile. Well, I got the excavator back. The trailer is gonna stay here. JR will be back up in a few days and he'll hook onto that, bring it over and dump it. My truck isn't gonna pull it, and I can't dump it with the tractor. It'll just flip that thing. So it's out of the way. Obviously I can get around it. I don't think I'm gonna park here anymore. I think I wanna park up here. That's kind of why I wanted to pad this out. I'll bring the tractor over here with the bucket and move some of this around and level it off a little, but I think I'll start parking up here. I don't know if I'll do the steps down, but you can see I could. If I just cut out a little bit of a walkway through this little dirt mound, and I could set some steps into this pile and just walk right down into my front door. And then all of this could be used to just grow plants, grow food. I'm loving it. I really like the way this looks now, and I'm glad that's gone. Next, I'll start working on the stuff back here behind the RV, get a lot of that material moved. What's trash will go to the trash pile, and what we can keep will be reorganized nice and neat. As you can see, there's a bunch of tires back there. I'll get rid of what we don't need and just start tidying up around there. Thank you all for joining me on this video. If you like anything that you see, please subscribe and turn your notifications on, and you'll know when I post my next video. I love y'all. Have a great day.